Hey y'all, thank you very much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be looking at 5 more tips for new fursuiters and more experienced fursuiters that may make your fursuiting more enjoyable and possibly make your fursuiting more safe and last longer. So let's roll that intro and get having a look at it. So the first tip I'm going to look at is one that's actually repeated by virtually everyone, and that is, brushing your fursuit, but with a slight twist. Now, a lot of people, recommend these brushes, and these brushes are absolutely amazing. They are definitely your best option when it comes to brushing. But one of the things people don't seem to realise is that they have a direction to them. And if you actually brush backwards with these brushes, your fursuit will actually last a little bit longer. Now, the reason for that is when you brush forwards with them in the direction that they're supposed to be brushed with, you will find that they'll actually start pulling out a fair bit of your fur from your fursuit. Now, it won't be a massive amount, but it is noticeably more than if you brush backwards with a brush. Because one of the things you have to remember with fursuits is the fur doesn't grow back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And brushing backwards with a brush will have the same effect that it will brush your fursuit, but it won't pull out as much hair, so your fursuit will not go bald as quickly. Now, some really old fursuits you may have seen out there do have little bald patches occasionally. It's a little unsightly, but by brushing backwards with a brush, and what I mean by that is taking the brush and holding it upside down when you brush. So you're still brushing in the same direction on your fursuit, but you're using the bristles backwards. It will stop it from pulling out quite so much fur when you're brushing, which is a really good thing in my opinion. It makes your fursuit last longer while still giving you the same brushed effect to your fursuit. So your fursuit is still nice and neat and tidy and brushed, but without so much fur loss. So the next tip I've got for you for when you're fursuiting is to hydrate and find out where the fursuit lounge is. Now, any reputable shindig like a convention or even larger fur meets should have some sort of headless lounge in place where they have facilities like blowers and headstands, even freezers for easy cool vests in larger shindigs, but definitely some sort of hydration available, water or some sort of sports drink with electrolytes and all those gizmos. Find out where it is and make sure you stay hydrated, stay cool while fursuiting. If you're finding yourself getting a bit flustered, feeling a bit faint or unsteady, make your way to the fursuit lounge. Most people will understand if you start making this gesture that you're overheating, you need to get to the fursuit lounge, and people might actually help you there, but you need to know where the fursuit lounge is. Stay hydrated, make sure you use it to its full potential, okay? Because it will come in handy, it will help you stay safe when you're fursuiting. So hydrate, find out where the fursuit lounge is, and make use of it. So the third one on my list is bring some repair supplies, like your sewing needle, some thread, that kind of thing. Or make sure you know whether there's like a furry godmother available at the event you're at. And that's someone who's brought all the gear to do the repairs and is willing to do repairs for fursuiters who find themselves in situations where, like a seam has popped or some thread has come loose. These things do happen even with the high-end fursuits. So make sure you bring, some sort of supplies to repair your fursuit, or know someone who is available at the event who's willing to do repairs for you. Just in case, because there's nothing worse than getting to an event, going to suit up, finding your suit's gotten damaged somehow, and then not being able to repair it. So you can't go out and have some fun in suit. So make sure you bring some supplies to repair your fursuit, or make sure you know of like a furry godmother who's willing to do some repairs for you. So my fourth tip for this video is don't drink alcohol in suit, or at least don't drink too much alcohol in suit. I'm not saying don't drink any alcohol, because you want to have a little bit occasionally, just to get a little buzz, get it on before you go suiting. But don't drink excessive amounts of alcohol. If you've had like 6 or 7 pints, probably not a good idea to jump in fursuit. Nobody wants to see you staggering around like a muppet, and definitely, without a doubt, no one wants to see a fursuit chunder. So, have 1 or 2 if you want, but don't drink excessively before fursuiting. It's going to have a bad effect, okay? The fifth and final tip for this video is that always add 5 minutes onto any schedule that you have planned. If you want to get somewhere, or if you want to get back to your room, or if you want to go to a panel, and it's at, say, 2 o'clock, try and get there for 5 or 10 minutes early. And the reason for that is when you're in fursuit, you're going to get held up by all sorts of things. Whether it's people wanting to get photos, seeing someone you haven't seen in ages you want to have a little play with, or, some sneaky circle sneaking up behind you to boop your snoot. There are going to be delays when you're trying to get anywhere, especially in fursuit. So if you're at a convention, you want to get somewhere on a specific time, try and get there 5 minutes early. That way you're more likely to get there on time. And as a small addition to that, if you're starting to feel a bit under the weather or a bit overwhelmed with the fursuiting, don't wait until it's really bad to head back to your room or to the fursuit lounge. If you feel yourself starting to go, that is when you need to leave, not when you actually collapse onto the floor, okay? So yeah, those are my 5 additional tips for fursuiting. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these, whether you can think of any more, tips that you would give to new fursuiters just to help them avoid any bad situations. Other than that, you have a great day, you have a most amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, take care, ta-ra.